Hello, everyone, and welcome to our special podcast. My name is Alex, and today I want to talk to you about something very important that affects every person, every animal, and every plant on our planet. Our topic is climate change in our future. This is a story about big changes happening to Earth and about the people, including you, who can help make things better. I hope that by the end of this episode, you will feel not just worried, but inspired and ready to take action for our one and only home, the Earth. Let's start by thinking about what climate is. If you look outside each season, you might notice the weather is sometimes warm, sometimes cold, sometimes rainy or sunny. But climate is not just the weather you see today or tomorrow. Climate means the usual pattern of temperature, rain, snow, and wind in a place over a long time, like 30 years or even more. For example, deserts have a hot, dry climate, while the North Pole has a very cold climate. The climate of your hometown may be different from mine, but together, all these climates make up Earth's climate. For a long time, Earth's climate has changed slowly and naturally, like a giant clock ticking quietly in the background. Sometimes it became a little warmer, sometimes a little colder. Plants and animals learned to live with these changes by growing thicker fur, flying to warmer places, or learning to store water. But now, scientists who study our planet say that the climate is changing much faster than before. They call this climate change. And this time, the main reason is people. How can people, who are so small compared to Earth, actually change the planet's climate? To understand this, let's imagine the Earth is wearing a warm, invisible blanket called the atmosphere. The atmosphere is made up of many different gases. A special group of these gases, called greenhouse gases, help trap some of the sun's heat so that the Earth is not too cold. This is a good thing. Without the atmosphere, Earth would be freezing. But when there are too many greenhouse gases, the blanket gets too thick and too hot. The most important greenhouse gas is called carbon dioxide, or CO2 for short. Others, like methane and nitrous oxide, also play a part. For thousands of years, greenhouse gases in the air changed very slowly, and the Earth's climate was just right for forests, oceans, and life to grow. But now, in just the last 150 years, people have been adding a lot more greenhouse gases by burning things like coal, oil, and gas. We burn these fuels to make electricity for our homes, power our cars and buses, and run big factories. Every time we burn wood in a campfire, use gasoline in a car, or make things in a factory, carbon dioxide goes up into the sky. Not only that, but when we cut down lots of trees, there are fewer plants to take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. You can think of trees like Earth's helpers. They eat up carbon dioxide and breathe out the fresh air we need to live. Why do extra greenhouse gases make such a big difference? Remember the blanket? Now it is as if we are making the blanket too thick. Too much heat from the sun gets trapped, and the planet becomes warmer and warmer. This global warming is changing the balance of nature and causing climate change. It's like being in a room with too many blankets. You would soon start to feel very uncomfortable. Let's look at some of the ways climate change is showing itself around the world. Maybe you've heard on the news about very hot summers, huge forest fires, floods, or super strong storms. In some places, the rain doesn't come when it should, so farmers cannot grow enough food. In other places, there is too much rain or snow, causing rivers to flood and homes to be washed away. Some countries are seeing their beaches disappear as the sea gets higher each year. In the far north and south, places like Greenland and Antarctica, the ice is melting much faster than ever before. When that ice turns into water, it flows into the oceans, making the sea level rise. Small islands and cities near the sea are at risk, and animals like polar bears and penguins are losing the ice they need as their home. Coral reefs, underwater gardens where thousands of fish and sea creatures live, are also dying because the water is getting too warm and too sour. Even animals who live far from the sea are being affected. Birds, butterflies, and other creatures are moving to new places to find food or escape the heat. Some plants are blooming before the bees are ready or before there is enough rain or warmth. Forests are being hurt by more fires and new insects that do not belong there. Maybe you are wondering, why does this matter to me? I don't live at the North Pole or on an island, and I am just one person. The truth is, climate change affects all of us. It changes the food we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe, and the homes we live in. Even if your home seems safe now, changes in distant places can travel around the world, like ripples in a pond. If farmers in one country cannot grow enough rice, wheat, or corn, food prices can rise everywhere. If storms or floods destroy forests, there is less fresh air for everyone. When animals and plants disappear, all of nature, including people, become weaker. Although these problems may seem big and scary, you and I are not powerless. In fact, there is something amazing about this moment in history. For the first time, people from many countries, languages, and backgrounds are working together to protect our planet. Scientists are learning more every year about why climate is changing and how we can help. Young people all over the world are speaking up, sharing ideas, and taking action to make things better. Maybe you are curious, what can I do, or what do other people do to fight climate change? Let's talk about that. First, it helps to know the biggest sources of greenhouse gases. The main one is energy, how we make electricity and how we use it for lighting, heating, and running machines. Much of our electricity still comes from burning coal, oil, and gas, which puts a lot of carbon dioxide into the air. But there are also many creative solutions happening now. All over the world, people are using more clean energy, like solar panels that catch the sunlight, wind turbines that turn wind into power, and water dams that make energy from flowing rivers. These clean energies make electricity without adding more greenhouse gases to the atmosphere. People are also learning to save energy. When we turn off lights, unplug chargers, or use less hot water, we use less energy, and so less carbon dioxide goes into the air. Families around the world are making small changes, like changing regular light bulbs to LED bulbs, hanging laundry instead of using a dryer, and opening windows instead of always using air conditioners. Another big part of the problem is transportation. Cars, trucks, ships, and airplanes all use fuel that releases greenhouse gases. In many cities, people are walking or biking more, taking buses or trains together, or using electric cars and buses. These choices help reduce pollution and keep the air cleaner. The food we eat is also important. Growing food, raising animals, and shipping food far away use up energy and make greenhouse gases. By eating more vegetables, fruits, nuts, and grains, and a little less meat, we help reduce the amount of land, water, and energy needed. When we throw away less food and compost instead of sending it to the trash, we also help the environment. Of course, trees are our friends in fighting climate change. When we plant trees, keep forests safe, or protect parks and wild places, we help the earth breathe. Many children and families are joining tree planting days in their neighborhoods or supporting groups that save forests. Recycling is another way to help. By sorting paper, plastic, glass, and cans, and giving them a new life, we use up less raw material and less energy to make new products. Reusing things, fixing broken toys, and sharing with friends, instead of buying new ones all the time, makes a difference, too. Even little actions can add up over time. And don't forget about water. Many people in the world don't have clean water to drink, and climate change can make water harder to find in some places. When we save water, by turning off the tap while brushing our teeth, taking short showers, or fixing leaks, we help both people and the planet. Now, you might wonder, can saving electricity or turning off the tap really change the whole world? It may seem small, but if millions and millions of people do it together, the effect is huge. Imagine what would happen if every child in your country planted one tree, walked to school one day, or remembered to turn off lights before leaving the room. Step by step, small actions create big waves. Some children and young people are becoming climate heroes in their own towns. They organize cleanup days, talk to their teachers and friends about climate, or create posters and art to spread the word. Some even invent cool new ways to save energy or clean the air. The best thing is, you don't have to be a scientist or a president to help. Anyone can be a climate hero. Talking about climate change is also important. The more we learn, and the more we talk with our family and friends, the more ideas we will find to help our world. Sometimes adults get busy and forget, but children have a special power. They ask questions, notice details, and imagine new solutions. You might ask, why is it so important to take action now? Why not just wait until I'm older? The answer is, the sooner we start, the better chance we have to keep Earth a safe and happy home. Remember, nature needs time to heal. Trees take years to grow, coral reefs need time to recover, and learning new ways of living as a community takes patience. Sometimes, adults say maybe later or it's too hard, but history shows that people can be very strong and creative when they work together with hope. Think about a big sports team, or a class working on a school project. If everyone helps, the job gets done faster and better. Earth is our team, and every person is important. Let's dream for a moment. Imagine the world 30 years from now. What do you hope to see? Maybe there are more forests, cleaner air, happy animals, and oceans full of fish. Maybe new homes are built with green roofs, solar panels, and gardens on balconies. Maybe our towns have no more trash on the streets, and people are busy riding bikes or walking with their friends. Maybe farmers use water and land carefully, growing healthy food for everyone without hurting the earth. Maybe the ice at the North and South Poles is strong again, and children there can watch polar bears or penguins just like in the storybooks. What kind of world do you want to live in? Your ideas matter. Your dreams can become real if we all work together. Here are some things you can start doing, even today. First, be curious and learn about nature and the planet. When you know more, you care more, and when you care, you will protect what you love. Second, ask questions and share what you know with your family and friends. You can even make posters, write stories, or draw pictures to explain why taking care of the earth is important. Third, look around you and find small actions you can do every day. Turn off the water. Turn out the lights. Pick up trash. Use both sides of your paper before recycling it. Take care of plants and animals. Every little thing helps. Fourth, be creative. Maybe you'll invent a way to use energy from the sun or wind. Maybe you'll help your school garden grow. Maybe you'll help start a local recycling club, or make a beautiful garden for bees and butterflies. Fifth, work together and encourage others. When people join together, they can do amazing things. Friends and families, teachers and classes, even whole towns or countries can work as one big team for Earth. It is normal to feel worried or sad about climate change sometimes. But remember, there is hope because we can take action together. Love for the planet and each other gives us strength to keep going, even when things are hard. Did you know, around the world, famous people and everyday people are helping? Artists paint murals to remind us of the beauty of nature. Scientists work on new ways to clean up pollution. Inventors design cars and buildings that use less energy. Teachers, doctors, parents, children, each person can be a hero for our planet. There are many success stories. In some cities, the air is already much cleaner because people ride bikes, plant trees, and use electric cars and buses. In some countries, almost all the electricity comes from clean energy. In some places, rivers once filled with trash are now full of fish and flowers. These good news stories show us that change is possible, and the actions we take matter. Let's remember, too, that the earth is both powerful and precious. Over millions of years, oceans, mountains, forests, and animals have changed and survived many things. But now, with so many people and so much power, we have a special responsibility to care for the planet so it continues to be a good home, not just for us, but for all living things. If you ever wonder if you are too small to make a difference, think about a garden. One seed by itself is tiny, but if many seeds are planted, they can cover a whole hillside with flowers. Your small choices, made with kindness and care, can help change your corner of the world, and those ripples can touch others far away. There will be challenges. Sometimes people will disagree about the best way to live or what is most important. But by listening to each other, learning together, and working with hope, we can find solutions that make life better for everyone. Remember, Earth is not just out there somewhere. It is your home, your backyard, your playground, your school, your street, your favorite park, your mountain or river, your family's kitchen, and the air you breathe every day. To care for Earth is to care for your own future and the future of everyone and everything you love. In the end, climate change is a big problem, but it is also a big opportunity. It is a chance for us, together, to learn, create, and imagine a better future. You are an important part of this adventure. Your ideas, your actions, your dreams are needed. Thank you so much for joining me today on this journey through climate change, our future, and the time to take action. Remember, you are already making a difference just by caring and being willing to try. Do not be afraid to speak up, to help, to dream, and to act for our planet. The future is not written yet, it is up to us, together, to write the story we want to read. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep loving the earth. Together, we can make our world a wonderful, safe, and beautiful place for everyone, now, and for many years to come. See you soon.